I'm Stephan Doitschinoff. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. I am mainly a painter, but I also work with sculpture, installation, and performance. I've been working in the field a lot in the past 10 years, and researching the folk art, folk traditions in Brazil.
I was raised in a very religious environment. My father was a priest. My mother also worked in the church. At adolescence, I became an atheist and was obsessed in studying psychology to understand how the religion, government, and now advertising mold the masses and control people. I'm showing you a lot of my paintings, the symbols that I work with.
I've been researching oral traditions in Brazil, the syncretism between African animism and Catholic imagery, also the native Indians, trying to work in the communities, also inspired by these subjects.
I decided to move to the countryside. I moved to Lençóis. Lençóis is a 5,000 inhabitants village in the middle of Brazil. So what I did, I rented a house at the top of a hill, not in the touristic area, but right in the community where I wanted to work. Well, I was painting this man, these 3 old ladies just came to me and said, "What is that? You painted a dead man?" And I explained to them that he was about in the late 800s, 900s. All the slaves were digging diamonds, and when they find a diamond, they would just swallow it. And if they were suspected of swallowing, someone would just come and open their bellies. And if they didn't find anything, they would just give them a needle and say, "Okay, fix yourself." I have to say that before I started this project, when I moved there, for 6 months, I didn't paint anything. You cannot go to a place like this and just start painting or start interacting or doing intervention in the community. That can be dangerous, or that's just unrespectful.
The human part of my work, of my research, that's what I think is more important, you know, like the humanity, really.
So I painted 2 houses. After I painted these 2 houses, a lot of people would just come to me and say, "Can you come and paint my house on white? Or can you paint my house on blue?" And I said, "No, I'm not doing this service yet. I still have some savings."
Like what I learned, just having a relationship with the people I work with, just sitting down in the sidewalk, smoking a cigarette and chatting away. But with people that maybe never heard of contemporary art or never heard of design.
And this is in Tomba Surrão. So this chapel was the chapel that people would use up there, but the government or no one would take care of it. So it was really run down. It was really, the door was falling. There's no pictures, really like that. So I took that as a personal project, and I have worked a lot with religious commentary and criticism, but I knew that was not the case because this was just a temple in a syncretic ecumenic temple. As you see in the altar, there were already Iemanjá, Preto Velho, Bumba Meu Boi. The place was just taken by the community. And it took me 2 months to do that. I had to refurbish it first. After I finished the work, I was passing by and I saw a few 3 ladies going in, and they had the rosaries and they were kneeling and praying, and I saw that they were praying to my paintings, to my designs. In that moment, I realized that was not mine. It wasn't mine anymore. It was taken. It was like something else. I lived there for 3 years. After the second year, I had really get to know a lot of people, and I became friends with the Silvano, who's a grave digger. Some families started asking me to make designs for their tombstones. It was also through Silvano, and he said, "You have worked for free in this chapel, and it's your job, it's your work, you should charge." And I said, "Okay, but how much?" And he said, "Aim high, 20. And 20 is like €8. And I did. I was like, okay. But they actually paid me, but they still owe me half of the money.
You can find very similar contents in different ethnias, and they have a similar content, but with different face, with different body, with some characteristics that relate to their people, to the land, but the content is very similar.